Everybody has heard the news. Trey Hendrickson has requested a trade out of Cincinnati, and the Bengals are expected to grant it. We are back with another video. I just recorded my free agency predictions, so I needed to get that out today. And this wasn't a video I expected to be making today. I expected to be making a video about hopefully an extension, but no, of course I ain't. Of course I'm not because the Bengals are the Bengals, and yeah, we have some stuff to talk about before I get off. So Trey Hendrickson will not be a Bengal next year, most likely, unless something miraculous happens. But we have to talk about the decision first. Do I agree with the decision to move on from Trey Hendrickson? I do not. I absolutely do not agree with the decision. The front office had a plan. Duke Tobin, the Blackburn family, Mike Brown, they had a plan. That plan was to keep your guys, extend Jamar Chase, extend T. Higgins, and extend Trey Hendrickson. Your second, third, and fourth best player on the team. That is. That was your plan. That was what you told everyone forever. And the Bengals did not stick to that. And obviously, we talk about the same things about this franchise in front office every single offseason. And it's just getting pretty sickening already. I mean, this guy is a bona fide star. He's went to four straight Pro Bowls with your team since you signed him 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. Four straight Pro Bowls. This past year led the league in sacks and was first team All Pro. This guy's a beast. Straight beast. I know he's 30 years old. I see that argument. I fully see it. But the goal as a front office is to reward the guys that to reward the guys that have done things for you and made plays for you and been the best player on your defense realistically over the past 4 years. I know I like to trash them, but however, I will applaud them in some ways. Number one, I'm happy they're doing this now because the Bengals, they are notorious for dragging things out. They drag things into the summer. They drag things post draft. I am happy that they are granting permission right now rather than post April, so you can't get a draft pick this year for him and dragging it out till the summer to find a trade partner. I'm glad they're doing it now because dragging things out makes everything harder down the long run. We know this. And I do see the vision they have. I see the vision. It's a totally new era. Obviously, Al Golden's your new defensive coordinator. Lou Anarumo out the door. It's going to be totally new blood, totally different looking defense next year. So I see the vision, but I don't agree with it. We know this team has a notorious thing for letting talent walk out the door over the past 20 years since Mike Brown took over as owner. We saw even guys before my time, even guys before I started watching this team. We saw Justin Smith get in the middle of his prime, a good edge rusher for the Bengals in the 2000s, walk out the door. We've seen Kevin Zeitler, a very, very good guard, walk out the door, who is still in the league today. We've seen Jesse Bates III just a few years ago walk out the door, and we knew he was the best safety in the league. We've seen DJ Reader walk out the door, and that guy was the heart and soul of your entire defense. That guy was a nose tackle. He plugged the middle. I understand he was coming off an injury, but you don't let a guy like that walk. He was one of the favorites in the locker room, and he was a beast. So my point is we've seen this team let players go. And obviously we know they have three extensions coming up. We have the two wide receivers to pay to. Jamar Chase, there's been reports this week that they are nowhere close on a deal. And everybody knows, everybody and their mother knows the Bengals are eventually going to get a deal done with Jamar Chase. He's going to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the league when it's all said and done. But why do you wait? Why not pay him what he's asking now? Load the guarantees. This guy just won a triple crown. If you paid him last offseason, the price would have been even cheaper. That's why you pay him last offseason. They didn't get it done last offseason. Now we are still talking about it this offseason. He's going to get paid $40 million a year, whether we like it or not. Just fork it over now, reset the non QB market, and get it done. This guy just won a triple crown. He already looks like the best receiver in your franchise's history, an absolute dog. And Joe Burrow's front front hand man, whatever you want to call it. And then you look at T. Higgins, who your starting quarterback has lobbied to keep, has publicly called out your front office numerous times to get the deal done, has received his second straight tag, and yet again, we're still talking about it. It's been we're in the third offseason right now. We're talking about T. Higgins. Post 2022, we talked about T. Higgins, who was due for an extension. Or wait, 2020, 2021, 2022. So he was eligible for an extension post 2022. 2020 off season before 2023, off season before 2024, off season before 2025. The third straight off season, we're still talking about him. And yet again, they still haven't paid him. Do I think they'll get a deal done with him? Yes, but why drag it out? That's not a foregone conclusion that they're going to get a deal. That's just what I think. That's what a lot of people think. That's what insiders think. People think they're going to get a deal done with him. And I agree with the move, but why drag it out? You want to go into Monday at 12 o'clock in free agency with total security at that position. You don't even want to think about the wide receiver two position. Do I expect them to get it done before Monday? Absolutely not. Do I expect them to get the Hendrickson trade done before Monday? Absolutely not. I don't expect them to get any of this done before Monday. I don't know what to say. They like dragging things out. I will never understand why they're like this. And it's just the same exact story again. They do not know how to win while their quarterback is on the books for 50 million plus dollars. Even Joe Burrow, the easiest decision in the history of your franchise, the easiest decision you ever had to make was to pay Joe Burrow. And they did. But guess what? We went through March. We went through April. We went through May. We went through June. We went through July. And we went through even August without him getting paid. The Chiefs took the field on opening night in September 6th, whatever it was, against the Detroit Lions, and the Joe Burrow contract was announced. They waited until the day the season kicked off to get that deal done. Get ahead of the game. That's the only big contract the Bengals have ever handed out in their franchise history. They've never restructured a contract. If you want to count Joe Mixon, who took a pay cut, so be it. They run like a JV franchise, and I will never understand it. If you don't capitalize on this window where you have a potential Hall of Fame quarterback, a Hall of Fame wide receiver, Triple Crown winner, youngest guy to ever do it, T. Higgins, if you don't capitalize on this window, the defense looks horrid next year already. Easily the worst lineup in the league. If you take Jermaine Pratt and Trey Hendrickson out of it, easy the worst lineup in the league. If you fail the Joe Burrow era, you are never getting this city back. We've went through it enough times already. So that's all I have to say. Free agency starts Monday. I will see you guys next week, and we're gonna have a lot to talk about across the NFL and across this team. Get it done.